Chúng tôi là Trọng Thắng xin gửi lời chào thân ái đến quý khán thính giả đang theo dõi một chương trình talk show rất đặc biệt trong ngày hôm nay. Như quý khán thính giả thấy ở trên màn hình, chúng tôi có rất là nhiều những cái sản phẩm về cà phê, và trong ngày hôm nay chúng tôi xin rất trân trọng giới thiệu đến cho quý khán thính giả một cái thương hiệu cà phê mới ra đời, nhưng cái nguồn gốc của nó là từ cà phê Việt Nam. Và đặc biệt một người mà quý khán thính giả rất là quen thuộc trong những chương trình quảng bá của Trọng Thắng. Và ngày hôm nay chúng tôi xin giới thiệu trở lại cùng với quý khán thính giả, đó là chủ nhân của thương hiệu, ông Dan London. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, welcome to the show, and thank you for your time coming over here and then talk to our Vietnamese audience about your new passion, which is Saigondan coffee.
Yes,
So,
it's always a pleasure to be here, and xin chào everybody. I am very excited. Everybody knows me for the past 30 plus years as Dan the Casino Man. And I was telling Aaron earlier, I actually started many years ago in a family business in San Francisco. It was called Coffee Ron's. Ron was my father, and at that time I was Dan the Coffee Man. And so that was actually in the late 70s and early 80s. And I was very interesting because I'll give you a little bit of the history.
please.
If you go back literally 100 years or so, in the United States, when we had prohibition, drinking alcohol was not allowed in our country for about 5-6 years. So there were places that served the whiskey illegally. And there was a very famous, and everybody knew it. It's just part of, the society at the time. And everybody knew it was a world famous, it was called Coffee Dan's. And they used to serve whiskey in coffee cups.
Wow.
To hide the whiskey. And it's world famous. They made movies, it was featured in movies, and it was in San Francisco. Then Prohibition ended and time went on, of course, and you could drink in America. You just couldn't drink from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. legally. In the 60s, my father, the entrepreneur that he was, his name was Ron. He reopened the premises that used to be Coffee Dan's, which was during the Prohibition. And at that time, instead of changing the sign and going through a lot of expense, he was just starting his career in the entrepreneurship. He changed the sign from Coffee Dan's to Coffee Ron's. Then he was also serving whiskey in coffee cups. A few years later, he went legit and he opened a restaurant and a bar, my mother and my father, and he kept the name, Coffee Ron's. And years later, me and my sister, we got involved in the business. And what's interesting is when we were involved in the business, go back to around the 80s, the specialty coffee was just hitting America. Starbucks, Peet's, nobody knew who they were. They were just starting. And so we started selling espresso, cappuccino. We went from selling whiskey illegally at Coffee Ron's, and when my father and mother opened Coffee Ron's, they were selling Irish coffee, a very famous drink in San Francisco. And then when me and my sister got involved, we started selling espresso and cappuccino, and it was part of the second wave specialty coffee craze. So I was involved at that time with coffee, and that's kind of gives you a little bit of the history. And then an opportunity came along for a casino position. So then I also, in addition to being involved in the family business in San Francisco, I became involved in the casino business. And so for about 10 years, I did both. I was running family businesses with my family, serving, cappuccinos, espresso, and at the same time, I was in the casino business. 87, my father passed away and my mother wanted to retire. We sold the businesses. I went full-time into the casino business and have been there ever since. A couple of years ago, because of my casino career, I've been traveling to Asia. all over. I've been to China, been to Hong Kong, Singapore, Macau, Korea. And a couple of years ago, I started going to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, I must tell you, I fell in love with the country. I fell in love with the people. I
Mm-hmm.
fell in love with the culture. And it reignited my passion for coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I found out in Vietnam, the coffee culture in Vietnam is like nowhere in the world. And so I got involved in it, and I decided I'm going to start a coffee company. And that's how the whole idea came along. I was in Saigon. I had been traveling through different parts of Vietnam, Nha Trang, Da Nang, Phu Quoc, Bun Ma Thuột, and Da Lat.
Wow.
I fell in love with Da Lat. It's my favorite part of Vietnam. The weather is like San Francisco, and the coffee is the best coffee in the world, but nobody knows it.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to start selling Vietnamese coffee. I call the company Saigondan, and I'm going to let everybody know, as much as I know, what amazing coffee it is.
Wow, what a great story.
True story. And there's a second piece of the story. I went to Vietnam over the past couple of years, 26 times in 13 months.
Wow.
Okay? And when I was traveling, it was for fun. And like I said, I fell in love with the country. But then I started seeing the people and the work ethic and the lifestyle. And then in the coffee part of Vietnam, which is the Central Highlands, and it's where Da Lat is and where Bun Ma Thuột is, I couldn't believe the passion and the dedication of these farmers. And it hit me. The coffee's great. The people are great. The dedication to their craft is top-notch, best in the world. Specialty coffee grown by special people. That became my tagline that's on my bags. Specialty coffee grown by special people. I'm traveling through Da Lat. I trademark my tagline, specialty coffee grown by special people. I go back to the United States. I filed the trademark. I have a Saigondan specialty coffee grown by special people that's trademarked. This is the kicker. Couple of trips later, I'm in Vietnam. I'm at the San Pacamara farm in Da Lat for the first time, who's become one of my mentors, Mr. Nguyen. And as we're walking, I see a wall in his kitchen area, and it says, "No specialty coffee without special people."
Wow. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It hit me. I go,
Wow.
my tagline that I trademarked before I ever saw that wall is specialty coffee grown by special people. It came from my heart.
Right.
And then I saw his wall, no specialty coffee. I said to myself, this is fate.
Right.
I must be doing something at the right time, in the right place, and I'm so excited about my hobby, Saigondan coffee, and that's the story.
Well, wow, thank you so much. What a great story.
Yeah.
I love to hear, how the product coming from the passion,
Yes.
and then the story behind it.
Thank you.
And then you put so much of the efforts and then so much of your heart. It's just like your baby.
It's my baby.
It's your baby.
It literally, I've said that quite a few times. I said, this is my new baby now.
Right.
Yeah, Saigondan coffee. And one of the very, very important to me is I wanted to be able to express where this feeling I have about
Right.
the people, about the amazing coffee culture, and about the work ethic, the passion, how I feel when I go to Vietnam.
Right.
I feel passion. I feel harmony. I feel joyful. I see this in the Vietnamese people. I see them celebrating during Tet. Like nowhere else in the world. It's amazing.
Right.
And I saw all these emotions, so I decided to call my coffee, the names of the coffee is after the feeling that I had.
Right.
Joyful, mindful, harmony, passion, adventure, celebration. I have 6 coffees, and
Right.
those are the names. And what was really important to me is that I represent the farmers and the people of Vietnam in a very respectful way. And that's why I have the picture with me, right, in the conical hat and the formal traditional wear. And on the bag, on the box, on all my packaging are the beautiful trail of the farmers representing the hard work, the passion, and really, truly the traditions of Vietnam.
Right.
So I think we created not only great coffee, but also works of art that represent the feelings and the passion and, you know, the amazing Vietnam and its coffee culture.
Right.
It wasn't by mistake. It was all, you know, I thought about this and it came from my heart.